Yay! Welcome to episode 4 of What We Do in Side Hustle Show. I'm your host, Nathan Simpson Kofelt, and I am so excited for our topic today. Here at What We Do in Side Hustles, we cover all things in the side hustle world. You've heard a lot from our guests that are doing side hustles at the moment, and none of them would be doing their side hustle successfully if they weren't closing their sales. So today, our guest, Ben, has an amazing tool that will help you close your sales. So, without any further ado, here's Benjamin Bressington. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Nathan, excited to be here, and thanks for having me on, man.
Thanks for being here. So if you'd like to tell the audience a little bit about yourself and about your business, just kind of give a quick maybe elevator pitch to start.
Well, g'day everyone. As you can tell, I am Australian. That's the convict English from the Queen that you can hear. I get to come here from what they call God's Waiting Room, which is Sarasota in Florida, if you're not aware. But one of the things we did is at Behavior Sales, so it's behaviorsales.com, is we actually help people predict personality styles so you can connect with people faster and therefore understand what motivates them, what stresses them, what empowers them. So when you're going to pitch your product, you know how to frame it, you know how to create context, you know how to create instant influence, you know how to read some of the body language signals that people give you that they portray when they're creating doubt, things like that. So that's what the technology does. And because let me face it, Nathan, have you ever had a sales pitch that you were like, it just didn't feel right? Like someone pitched you and you're just like, man, there's just something about this deal that just, or what they're pitching that just ain't for me, doesn't make sense, right? I'm sure it's happened to everybody, right? How many times has that happened to you?
Happens a lot on sales calls, for sure.
Exactly. So one of the things is most people don't realize is that there's body language that's subconscious that you can be putting across, which is actually sabotaging your sale, even on Zoom, even on the phone call, right? The other part of it is you can actually be communicating in a way so the words you're using are actually repelling the person you're talking to. So wouldn't you rather know that before you start to close them? And that's why people like have a hard time with sales, because they literally aren't able to read the communication style of the person they're talking to. That's what I call it, people ignorant. And that's why we published the book called People Ignorant, because unfortunately with TikTok and Facebook and everything that's gone on with social media, we've become ignorant to understanding how to communicate with each other. Like, you go to a Starbucks, you go to a restaurant, you're literally sitting there where people are on a date. They're out there with friends, and literally they're sitting at the table. They got their alcohol usually here, or their coffee, right? And they're literally chatting with each other, yet they're 2 feet apart.
Right.
You've been in that situation, right?
Absolutely.
Some generations have literally forgot how to communicate, and it's a huge problem when you're like trying to close a deal as a side hustle. If you cannot close a deal, your side hustle is literally for fun and ego. That is all it's about.
Right. Yeah, you have to be making money, or else, you're just keeping busy.
So here's the thing. I got a question for you. So when you pitch a deal and you literally go for the close, there's 2 types of closes. I'm going to give people a secret right now, and I want to write this down and make note, right?
Okay.
When you pitch the price, the secret is pitching the price, not smiling or laughing at yourself, right? But then actually counting to 3 in your head. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, right? Because what most people will do, they'll do 1 or 2 things. They will collapse or they'll continue going up. So most people will literally negotiate with themselves if they're a weak closer.
Okay.
Right? Yep. It's an interesting thing in sales when you start to realize it. So like, have you ever pitched somebody, and like if people are doing a side hustle, well, you might be like, oh man, that's what I do. Like you literally will offer a discount they never even asked for.
Right. I'm guilty of that for sure.
Yeah. Man, don't worry about it. We were doing a promotion the other day. We can take 25% off that. But you know what? You look like you're still thinking about that. Like you haven't even given them a chance to think about that. And like, I'm pretty certain I'll pay you to do your work for you.
Right.
So yeah. there's a whole lot with communication. So what questions do you have?
Well, this explains a lot why I take so long writing an email or a text and wondering how many exclamation points to put, or if I should use emojis, or and it all looking at at what you're talking about, it all depends on the person.
Yep.
So it would be really helpful to have this, even just for my friends, just for my relationship, kind of with everybody. It seems like it's a very helpful tool to be able to know how to communicate with others.
And you're 100% right. What most people need to realize is that there's 4 types of personality. There's a whole lot of people who want to complicate it. There's 16, there's 32, blah. You can't remember that, right? You can barely remember what you had for lunch yesterday. So you've got to keep it simple, right? We actually simplified it down to 4 different types of birds built off the DISC personality style. And if you remember that, hey, I just need to identify what type of bird I'm talking to. It's really simple. Like that you're either talking to an eagle, and picture what an eagle does. Like an eagle is dominant, like it's very clear, it's decisive. You've got what we call Vegas, the peacock. So they're all showy. They're all the bling. They're the ones wearing the jewelry. They're wearing every brand label under the sun, right? They got that appeal, right?
Sure.
And then you've got what we call tank as the pigeon, right? Pigeons are steady. They're smooth. And they like to think about things. And then the last one is the owl, which is all calculating, right? So
Sure.
they need to think about stuff. And here's the secret: when an owl says they need to literally think about it, they need to think about it because what they want to go is they want to go study the blueprints. They want to go study the plans to how this thing was put together. And they're going to ask you more thought through questions. So if you could just do that and identify the personality you're talking to, who your friends are, who the person who's serving you dinner is, right? You can actually connect with your audience faster. Anyone who's building an audience can actually analyze who am I speaking to and therefore attracting in the audience. So if I want to build influence, how do I need to communicate to maybe 1 or 2 different personality styles to build the audience the way I need to engage them? Does that make sense?
That does make sense. So to give the listeners and viewers a little bit insight about what you do, what your software does is it takes this information from a LinkedIn profile.
Yeah. So we can convert an email address or a LinkedIn profile or even a Twitter URL, right? And we can literally predict what somebody's personality is based on what they're saying on social media or what they're interacting with, and therefore generate a report which goes, hey, if you're about to go talk to Nathan, approach Nathan from this perspective. You didn't have to do an assessment. You didn't have to go answer 50 questions or 100 questions. And you could do that for every lead. If you're pitching an investor for money in your side hustle, right? Which is what a lot of people are doing.
Right.
Wouldn't it be great to know what that investor's motivators are and to avoid their stresses in the conversation? Because if you're pitching them and they'll close off within 30 seconds because you're actually communicating the wrong way. So our software equips you with that. And another part of our software can literally analyze your pitch and tell you everything that went wrong, even to the point of if you have a call with somebody, right? We can actually tell you your personality from the words you use on the call, but we can actually tell you if you have influence over the person you're talking to. So if you don't have influence and you try to close them, they're like, let me think about it. You know what? I got to go talk to the cow in the paddock because like they're my board member.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what we do. That's how we help people. So we're helping pre-sale in the pitch and then post-sale in the analysis and the breakdown.
This is all very helpful. How did you come about this software?
Well, as a side hustle, I sucked at sales, like completely sucked at sales. Like I was so shy, and I was the guy that would collapse, and I'd be negotiating with myself when I was doing a sale, right? And I'm like, this sucks, like, because it sucks when you're paying the clients to do the work from them. You're like, man, I just literally gave this thing away. Like that's not building a business. That's not creating things. So I'm like, how do I get better as a communicator? And then I said, well, how do I get this information? Because DISC assessments and DISC profiles and all that stuff is out there, right?
Yeah.
But I can't send a lead I'm about to go do a deal with. I can't send them an assessment. I can't go, hey, before I meet with you, would you answer 150 questions for me so I can know your personality profile?
Right. Nobody's going to
be like, Yeah, they'll be like, Ben, piss off, right?
Right.
So the thing is I'm like, there has to be a better way, and there's a whole lot of machine learning and algorithms out there that I literally was able to kind of hobble together and create these predictions, and then able to improve the accuracy, and then we were able to improve what they did, because all I was trying to make was me more effective as a communicator, and then my team, because anyone who manages salespeople, if you want to hire salespeople, you're going to have to constantly coach them how to close, what to say, who to talk to. Here's how you can handle that objection. And I'm sure some of these people in side hustles literally sell complicated products where it's not a one call close.
Right.
They could be selling a solar system, or they could be selling any type of electrical product where you've got to talk to people, or a software product where you've got to have 2, 3, 5, 10 conversations, right?
Right.
I was talking to one guy just yesterday. He has to have 30 conversations over the course of 6 months to close a deal.
Wow.
So he's like, Ben, he goes, you can literally give me analysis of every call, and I can tell you how I'm making progress, or if there's an issue I have to resolve before I start to lose months and kill a deal. I'm like, yeah.
Wow. I'm interested to see how much that number goes down using your software, because I'm sure that it'll go down to 20, if not more. That's pretty incredible.
Well, that's the plan and what we're helping him with. So it all started like all this, like, man, I was ignorant. Like when I met my wife, who was my girlfriend, obviously back then, like I was so shy. I gave her free coffees in my coffee shop, right? Broke rule number 1, right? Don't give away the merchandise, right? And then I was so shy. I would go up to her, pretend I was cleaning. I would ask her the question. And before I finished the question, I would literally run downstairs, down from the coffee shop. And I would and so she'd look up from her computer and I'd be gone. Or I'm pretending to clean some stuff at the other end of the coffee shop. And
you were ghosting her while you were asking her out.
Exactly. I was mid ghost, mid sentence, 100%. Right. And so the thing is like, if someone like that can turn around the communication and learn what it takes, like that's the effort you have to put in. But the process has taken me 10 years.
Well, that's incredible. I'm very impressed and so glad that this exists for us, because this process, if you're doing it yourself and trying to figure out everybody's personality just by stalking them on the internet, is going to, first of all, take a long time. Second of all, you look like a weirdo because you're stalking people on the internet at weird hours of the night. And then,
but you also waste so much time.
Right,
you're 100% right, because what most people do is like, let me go look at their LinkedIn, let me go look at their Facebook, let me go look at all this stuff. It becomes irrelevant, and like people will then get lost on that social media death spiral, because you go, oh man, I was trying to research this one person, but I've spent an hour on Facebook and got nothing done.
Right. Yep. This saves so much time. I'm so impressed. What type of personality are you? I think I'm gonna guess before you answer that you're an eagle.
Yes. So it's the peacock eagle. I do like the showy things, but
Sure.
but what's interesting is in public, I put on what we call that mask. But if you sit on a plane beside me, I'll be an introvert, and I won't say a word to you. I won't even say hello. Like it's just like, and I'm in there's a certain part of the day where I meet my word quota, and I'm just like, I just want to sit there quietly. So
sure.
But you're 100% right. Well done on the prediction. You don't need the software. What are you talking about? You got the skills, man.
Well, we've had a little conversation. Haven't just been scoping you out on LinkedIn. Awesome. I think we're nearing the end of the interview. Do you have any thing that you want to help to tell side hustlers, any inspiration or motivation for them to keep going?
My big thing was be willing to learn from your mistakes and learn fast. And the reality is the fastest you can master communication, influence, rapport, master that ability, man, your hustle will turn into your dominant thing very quickly, because it's all about communication. It doesn't matter what product you've got. If you cannot communicate it, you are honestly dead in the water, and you're lying to yourself.
That's brilliant. That master your communication, know how to talk and who to talk to and how you're talking to them. Thank you so much, Benjamin. I think that we will all get a lot of really good information out of this interview. And if anybody needs this software, they can go to get.behaviorsales.com is the website, and there's monthly plans available.
And for the side hustlers, there's one-time plans too. So they can, if you've only got $30, we'll get you $30. But if they also reach out to the group, we'll make sure they get training and we can help them, equip them. We can give them the resources to succeed, because that's our promise to every client. We want to help you improve your conversions, 90 days or less.
That's awesome. That's so helpful.
So you should tell them, to anyone who reaches out, they should mention side hustle, and we'll hook them up with something special.
Okay, great. Yeah, you heard it. Mention side hustle. I will also have the link in everything that's included. So if you're watching this on YouTube or on Facebook or listening to it on Spotify, it'll be in the show notes. So definitely that will take you to behavior sales, and you'll get that hookup if you mention side hustles.
Exactly. Awesome. Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Benjamin. All right, everybody, that was episode 4. Thank you for watching. And if you want to be part of the Side Hustler Nation, Side Hustle Nation's already the name of a podcast. I can't call it that. If you want to be part of the Side Hustle Club, the Side Hustle Gang, the Pew Pew, nope, that's the wrong one. Down here. You're losing it at the end, Nate. All right, here we go. Join our community of side hustlers by entering the Discord. So go to What We Do in Side Hustles on TikTok, and in my bio, there is the Discord link. And there you can be a part of this really great community of side hustlers. So go ahead and do that, and we will talk to you later. Have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye.